What's going on, y'all? I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. As you can tell, I haven't been making too many videos as of late. Just been really busy, coming up to the end of the year, and just trying to do the best that I possibly can to close my year out great. As you can tell by the title of this video, it's, it's a little bit controversial. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this one, but I hope you like it. I hope that it brings some value to your life. It makes you look at things a little bit different. And like I said, it's going to be a little bit controversial because there's a lot of people who believe that, you know, credit is evil. Credit was the downfall of their financial system. Basically, credit was their reason of failure. So they look at credit because the way that they handled it wasn't successful for them. So now they view it a particular way. So right now, what I would like to do is um, basically talk about three reasons why credit can make you rich, and it's not a misnomer or I'm not just throwing things out there to clickbait, but just to give you a different way of looking at how credit is used. Um, the very first thing that caught me off guard was when I first got in the trucking game. I purchased a truck and it was like I believe my truck was like $127,000. And the interest rate on it was ridiculous. It was like 22%. And that increased my payment by like maybe $200 to $300 extra per month that I had to spend extra on a truck note that I could have been saving for my business. The reality of the situation is if you have poor credit, anytime you go to apply for a phone, if you go apply for a utility bill, if you go, sometimes they'll require some type of deposit. Um, a lot of us, that can be the difference of having electricity and not having electricity, is putting down that deposit. Believe it or not, your credit score has a lot to do with how much you have to put down as far as a deposit. When you purchase a vehicle, not only are you going to be required to put more money down, your monthly payments are going to be higher if your credit score uh, isn't at least a 640. If you have anything under a 640, all the terms and conditions are out of your hand. You have no negotiating in the agreement whatsoever. They usually, if you're under a 640 and you go apply for a car, usually you're going to go to some type of dealership and they're going to run your credit, and it's going to be, you're going to get hit. They're going to run it like through 20 different lenders, and they're all going to say, okay, we'll do it for this interest rate, we'll do it for this interest rate. And believe it or not, that finance manager, he has no obligation to give you the best interest. He's going to give you the rate that makes him the most money. And that might not be the best interest for you. See, so you're at the mercy of not just the bank, but you're at the mercy of the guy that actually submitted your application to the banks. And a lot of people don't realize this. They don't know the back end of things. They just go apply for a car, get a car, happy they got a car, and their, you know, $15,000 car note, is, $600-700 a month. Well, that's extra money that could be going in your pocket to build your wealth, to make you rich. And when you sit there and you start calculating all the times that you had to make a deposit or anytime you had to pay a little bit more, that money is your money. That money could be used to build your wealth. And a lot of times people don't really look at credit in that way. And I don't know how to get people to understand that credit cards are a huge part of your credit score. And that's why I advocate, people going out getting credit cards to build their credit score, but using it responsible. And that kind of goes into my second point that I wanted to make of why credit can make you rich is the discipline behind making your payments every month. Okay, so if you have a good credit score, right? That means you are making all your bills on time. That means you have a discipline of paying bills month in, month out, right? And those that have that discipline of paying their bills month in, month out are more likely to save. And here's why. If you have a situation um where you can't you like you're having a problem saving money. At the end of the month, you just don't have enough money to save. Those people that have good credit, a lot of times what I've seen is when they get their money, first Uncle Sam gets their portion, of course, taxes, we can't avoid that. But they automatically put some money away for them. And it's a form of discipline. It's not well, this week I'm gonna save, this amount. Like it's an actual plan of discipline that allows them to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do this month. Whether it's a 401k, whether it's an IRA, or even if it's money under the mattress, whatever it is, when I talk to people and I ask them about their budgeting, or I'm just talking to them about their finances, or whatever it is, I find that the ones with the best credit, for some reason, and I believe it's the discipline of paying bills every month, for some reason, those that have good credit, those are the ones that usually have some type of emergency fund, or enough money set aside for a catastrophe, something that's huge. And a lot of times, we get into these, to these situations where we get a little bit of money and we go spend it. Well, there's a discipline behind keeping that money wherever you may keep your money, whether it's in a bank, or maybe you keep it in a safety deposit box, maybe it's a safe, wherever it is that you take, your life savings and you put it away, 401k or whatever. Those with the lower credit scores, it just seems to me, and I'm just calling it like I see it, those are the ones that seem not to have any type of savings whatsoever. That's alarming to me, because I think there's a behavioral thing that goes along with this. It's not just about a person doesn't have enough money, meaning they're not making enough income from their job. I believe that it's a little bit more than that. That it's you're living beyond your means. That you haven't quite disciplined yourself enough to where you can say, even though I make, let's just say $1,000 this paycheck, I know I got to take 10 to 20% of that and put that away for me, for savings. And I just don't see that with people with poor credit. Is it the income? I don't know, because there's situations where you see some people that make a lot of money. Well, what I would deem a lot of money, that's relative, but what I would deem enough money for me to live off of, I see people make, a significant amount of money, but they're still not able to put money away. Why is that? Is it because they don't make enough? No, it's not that. Then what is it? Just the only answer I have for that situation is discipline. The ability to pay your bills every month and include yourself as a bill. Like if you were to say, okay, I got to pay, my credit cards, I got to pay my car note, I got to pay my mortgage. But before I pay all those things, I'm going to pay me first. And I know none of us ever do it. We hear it. We heard our parents talk about it, pay you first. And there's these little, these little things on the internet where people talk about paying yourself first. But those that have good credit, that's what they do. It's not, if you're not doing it, if you're not paying yourself first, there's a really good chance that you don't have a high credit score. All right. And As vulgar as that may sound, or as brutal as that may sound, I'm not the type of guy that beats around the bush. I'm not the type of guy that's politically correct, so I apologize. But that's the truth. Um, Putting away money, it it helps, and that goes right along to my third point. It Putting away money allows you to withstand rainy days. Okay, so when you, I don't know. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. There was a I know a young lady that her car broke down, right? Well, her car broke down, and she did not have enough money to fix her car, right? This kind of messed up, but this is real life. This isn't fairy tale. This is real life. Her car broke down. She didn't have enough money to fix her car, so she started bumming rides from people, right? And then it got to the point where she started being late for work. She, doing the best that she possibly could to get to work, whether it was bus or it was just, everything became really hard for her to get to work to meet all her obligations for work. So what did her job do? They fired her. And now she's without a job. Why? She didn't have a rainy day fund. She didn't have enough money to say, my car broke, here's my rainy day fund. This alternator or whatever it may be that's going to cost me $200-300. Don't even have it in the bank. Some of you might go $200-300 is no money, but to a lot of people, $200-300 is the difference from having a job and not having a job, and that's just the reality. So credit can be used in a way that situation could have been dealt with without pain. Meaning, a lot of times when your car breaks down and you don't have a rainy day fund, you can use your credit card to make sure that you keep your job. Okay? And you can't have a credit card if you don't have good credit, unless you have a, secure credit card or something like that. But all these things are tools to make our lives better. Credit, time and time again, I've had bad credit. I've had poor, great credit. And then I had bad credit again. Just recently, I filed a bankruptcy, and I'm building my credit back up, which it's already going spectacular. It's going great, but I already knew because I know how to deal with it. But I know how much like my life was easier with good credit than without. Like, I run into stumbling blocks when I talk business with people about trucks and stuff like that. The first thing, hey, you got a bankruptcy on your credit report? I'm like, yeah, but my credit score is, still in the, 650s. Why is that a problem? Oh, because you got a bankruptcy. Don't be afraid of credit cards. Be afraid of not having them. If you don't have some type of credit, if you don't have some type of rainy day fund, if you don't have some type of discipline about yourself to save, life just becomes tough. It becomes a constant grind. Every day you wake up, you grind. Wake up, you grind. You're not getting ahead. If you go read some of these blogs where, you got these guys that are retiring at 30, 40 years old, and they're saving 50% of their income, and you're not in that situation where you could save 50% of your income or save a significant amount to withstand. I don't know of a better way to build a rainy day fund than having good credit. Sometimes it's not easy for us to have these, 3 to 6 months worth of savings that Dave Ramsey talks about. How does that work? Yeah, you go out and save $1,000. How does that work? How? Like, if it was that easy, yeah, go save $1,000. If it was that easy, we all would have $1,000 sitting around, lying in the bank account or under the mattress or somewhere, right? But the reason why these guys are so popular with these analogies of, okay, you got to save $1,000, and then you got these debt snowballs and all these other ways to pay off your bills. if we had all this money to throw around, right? Don't you think it would at least show? A lot of us, you know, not only do we not have the money to throw around, we don't have the assets. Like, we don't have the great cars. We're not driving around in a Mercedes. You know, we're barely getting by eating, food that's costing us. Like, it's not like we're out here living a luxury life. It's we're grinding. You're going through life. And I'm not one of those that preaches, if you just stop drinking coffee, um, you're going to be, a multi-millionaire because you stop drinking, your $4 coffee every day. I just don't come from that school of thought that you got to give up coffee to be rich. I don't come from the school of thought that if I save a cup of coffee, $4 a day, that's gonna make me rich. If you feel that way, I'm happy for you. I'm glad for you, and more, the most success to you. I wish the best for you. But I just don't believe in the long run that, cutting back all these things that make us happy, that allows us to go through life feeling at least, comfortable, that we got to give up now. We got to give that up so we can save. I don't know. I don't think that's the best way. But I do know that with having good credit, if you're able to, and just imagine this, if you're able to go get a credit card, right? Just get one credit card and you got $2,500 on that credit card. It's not a lot of money, but it's $2,500. Don't use it. Don't spend it. Don't do anything with it. But when that rainy day comes, you use it and then you pay it off as fast as you possibly can. You're going to pay some interest, right? But the reality of the situation is now you got a rainy day fund. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for what I'm saying because there's so many people that are afraid of credit cards. And I try to stress to everybody that they're not the devil, that it's the devil's in us. It's the devil is in the fact that we get a credit card and we think I'm going to go buy, a Louis Vuitton bag or some Ferragamo shoes or something like that, that we just got to take this money that's been given to us and go spend it. It's not the credit card's fault. It's us, right? It's not the credit card that we got to weed off of. The credit card's not doing anything. There's nothing. It's a tool. If you want to have excellent credit, you have to have a credit card. You have to have 3 to 5 credit cards. You're not going to be able to just, wake up one day and, life is going to be grand and I'm going to save 10, 15% and I'm going to go buy a new car and I don't have no credit. It doesn't work. The system just isn't designed that way. And one of the sad things is we weren't taught the system. That's what my channel is about. My channel is about bringing some knowledge to you guys so that you guys got a little bit more understanding of this credit game, how it works. It can change your life drastically. And I hope that you guys heed the message. I hope I don't offend anybody. If you're in a situation where you don't have the best credit and you don't know how to build your credit, you don't know what steps you need to take, I've made some videos. I practice what I preach. I'm teaching you guys. There's a video on there that I show you my credit report. I'm trying to put out all this knowledge that I have, that I've gained over time, just dealing with my credit, building my credit up. And I'm trying to give it to you guys in a way that you guys can consume it and apply it to your lives. I don't make a lot of BS videos. I'm not going to tell you about my day and all this other stuff. My objective is to make sure I give you guys as much value as I possibly can so that you guys can take it and apply it to your lives. Don't listen to this video and not apply it to anything. Use it as motivation. Use it as determination to get through the barrier of bad credit. If you have anything under a 740, You should be nonstop sending letters, building credit, seeing what you have to do, whether it's your utilization rates, to not having enough credit cards. A lot of times I'll talk to people and they say, I got bad credit. And I say, well, what's wrong? They'll tell me, oh, I didn't pay a utility bill or collections or anything. And I'm like, no, you don't have any credit. You don't have any credit cards. If you don't have any credit cards, you're not going to have a credit score, a good credit score. Put it like this. I can pretty much, if you don't have credit cards, I can pretty much guess your credit score. It's that simple. It's not going to be very high, because the scoring model is pretty much based on your credit, how you deal with credit, a good mix of credit, not just credit cards, but do you have an installment loan? Do you have revolving lines of credit? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have a car a loan, a line of credit? Do you have all these different mixes of credit? And all these things makes up a credit score. The more you're able to deal with these things and the longer you do it, the better your credit score is going to be, right? And that goes with discipline. Nowadays, people want instant gratification. People want, okay, Kenny, I'm going to send a letter and I want everything to be fixed tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. It takes time. And that's the discipline that we have to develop. Over time, we just get better at it. But this is a way of life. This isn't something we're going to do today, this month, this year, and then next year we do something completely different, go back and revert to our old ways. I'm trying to do this to change your mindset with me. We both change it. We change our mindset together, and then we go on further, right? We don't go back. We go further. We go forward. But like I said, yes, credit can make you rich. It richens your life. It allows you to go through life and help you achieve all the goals. It helps you discipline yourself by paying your bills on time, by getting a credit card and learning, okay, my payment is on the 15th. I got to make sure I pay it on the 14th every day. Just that little thing alone will enhance your life so much more than not having a credit card. Just picking up the discipline of paying your bills every month changes everything, right? Not having that old mentality of, well, my credit's already messed up, so if you want to put it on my credit report, go ahead. That doesn't work anymore. That we have to change our mindset to, how do I fix my credit? That's the only thing. If the chances are, if you came to this channel and you're listening to this, you clicked on this video, you clicked on it because you have a credit problem. You have a situation where you feel like, okay, credit is a problem that you have, right? Whether it's credit cards, whether it's how do you pay your bills, how do you budget, how do you save money? All these things go along the lines of credit. So that's my spiel for today. If you guys don't like the video, I apologize, but I do want you to leave all your negative comments that you may have off this video. If you have anything positive to add, just go ahead and leave a comment. If you guys want to reach out, somehow, some way, just, leave a comment, leave your email, leave your phone number, however, and I'll reach out to you. I try and keep all my information as, private as I possibly can, because I don't want to be bombarded with a whole bunch of, credit questions that I'm making free videos on. If you can't go through my videos and at least find the answer, then we really don't even need to have a conversation. If you're going through my videos and you leave a comment and your email address, I'll reach out to you. So I hope you guys had a blessed day. I hope this information that I've given you helps you out a little bit. And be on the lookout for my next video. I would like to talk about my Lexington law experience, my thoughts on Lexington law, and do like a little review of what happened with Lexington law. So just be on the lookout for that video. I'm either going to make that one tonight or tomorrow. But I hope you guys have a blessed day. And God bless. If you guys need anything, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.